Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something today that literally affects almost every single one of us. But the crazy part is, it stays completely invisible until the damage is already done. We are talking about an unseen nuisance lurking right inside your home's plumbing. It totally changes how you clean, how you shower, and yep, it even messes with the lifespan of your most expensive household appliances. So tell me if this sounds familiar. Have you ever pulled your towels out of the dryer and wondered why they feel so unbelievably stiff? Or why your glassware is always coming out of the dishwasher looking kind of cloudy and gross? Now, if you live along Chicago's North Shore, or really anywhere with a similar water profile, I am betting you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've probably thought, man, I must be using the wrong detergent. Or maybe you assumed your dishwasher was just on the fritz. But actually, scratch that, it is absolutely not your cleaning skills. The real culprit is flowing right out of your tap. Okay, so here are the classic, highly relatable, and honestly, incredibly frustrating signs that you're dealing with this. Those white, chalky deposits crusted onto your bathroom faucets, that is a primary indicator. Then, of course, you've got that cloudy glassware we just talked about, and that stubborn soap scum that seems to build up like magic, no matter how much elbow grease you use. And it's not just your house taking a hit, it actually affects you personally. A lot of people deal with dry hair that just feels heavy, or even annoying skin irritation after a shower. These are all glaring, everyday symptoms of your specific local water profile. All right, let's jump right into section 1. What exactly is hard water? To really get what's going on here, we need to look at the science and unmask the true culprit. Hard water is, simply put, water that contains really high levels of dissolved minerals, most commonly calcium and magnesium. And you know what's kind of fascinating? These minerals are entirely natural. Your water actually picks them up on its journey from local sources right to your house. So you're essentially pumping microscopic rocks straight through your plumbing. When the water eventually evaporates off your sink or your shower door, well, those invisible minerals don't evaporate with it. They just get left behind. And that's exactly what causes all those annoying spots and chalky rings. And here is where hard water actively fights against you when you're just trying to get things clean. See, with normal water, soap easily whips up into this nice, rich, thick lather. But with hard water, the calcium actually chemically reacts with your soap to form an insoluble precipitate. We usually just call it soap scum. This is exactly why you catch yourself pouring in extra laundry detergent or squeezing out more shampoo, but somehow getting a worse clean. You are literally spending more money just to create more scum. It makes total sense why your clothes feel stiffer and your towels lose their fluffiness way faster than they should. Moving on to section 2, the hidden cost, specifically concerning your plumbing and appliances. So we've covered the annoying surface stuff, but the real danger, that is the unseen damage happening silently behind your walls. Over time, that exact same chalky lime scale you see on your faucet is literally coating the inside of your plumbing. And it gets worse. This buildup acts as a massive insulator inside your water heater, which severely decreases its heat transfer efficiency. It creates this thick, rocky barrier that forces the heater to work overtime, actively destroying it from the inside out. This inevitably leads to reduced performance for literally any machine in your house that relies on hot water, drastically shortening the lifespans of your most expensive appliances. But don't panic. Let's get into section 3, fixing your hard water. We know the damage it causes, but here is the good news. We can absolutely fix this. We've got a very clear 3-step path to get this resolved. First up, identify your main problem area. Are we talking about your appliances acting up, or is it mostly just annoying bathroom fixtures? Second, and this is absolutely crucial, confirm your specific chemistry with a water test. And finally, step 3, choose the treatment approach that actually matches your priorities. The key takeaway here is you cannot just guess. You really need to know exactly what elements you're dealing with. Testing your water hardness, which is usually measured in grains per gallon or milligrams per liter, is honestly like getting a blood test for your house. Now, you can totally check your local utilities report for a solid baseline, sure, but a specific home test is what dictates the exact right prescription for your actual plumbing. It lets you tailor the recommendations, properly compare your options, and most importantly, it ensures you don't end up overspending on some massive system you simply don't need. Let's look at some actual solutions, and we'll go from micro to macro here. If your biggest complaint is just that super annoying bathroom buildup or that dry, heavy hair we mentioned earlier, you can absolutely start with specialized showerhead and faucet treatments. These are localized scale reducers. Now, to be clear, they aren't going to solve the scale accumulating deep down in your whole home plumbing, but they offer fantastic immediate relief for your day-to-day routine and your showering experience. Stepping it up a notch from the showerhead, we have under-sink conditioning.
These are point-of-use filters that you install right at key taps, like your kitchen sink or your laundry line. This is a brilliant, practical first step if your main priority is just improving the water you use for drinking and cooking. It stops the scale right where it's most noticeable to you, all without the hassle of having to overhaul the entire plumbing system of the house. Now for the macro options, starting with whole home filtration and scale control. These conditioning systems limit those pesky mineral-related problems and scale buildup throughout the entire house, but they do it without full traditional softening. A quick heads up on this though, these systems often just condition the water so the minerals don't stick to your pipes, rather than physically removing them. Since options vary wildly by design, you absolutely must confirm what a specific system can realistically achieve based on your home's unique test results. And finally, the ultimate heavy-duty fix for homes dealing with persistent scaling, the water softener. This system uses a really brilliant chemical process called ion exchange. It literally traps those stubborn calcium and magnesium ions and swaps them out for sodium or potassium ions, which conveniently enough do not react with soap or form scale at all. It stops the lime scale dead in its tracks and brings back that nice, rich soap lather. Just remember, these whole home systems do require a bit of regular maintenance to replenish the resin with salt or brine. Which brings us to a final question I really want you to think about as we wrap up this explainer. What is the true cost of just doing nothing about this invisible enemy? We've seen that it's a whole lot more than just buying extra laundry detergent or scrubbing a few cloudy glasses. It's the unseen, constant stress on your plumbing and the premature death of your most expensive appliances. Knowing what you now know about these hidden rocks literally flowing through your taps, can you really afford to let that hard water run unchecked? Go check your faucets today, get yourself a hardness test, and take back control of your home's water. Thanks so much for joining me today.